Hello everyone and welcome back to Adventures with Clive. And in the previous episode we did a complete walkthrough of the swamp, and we also talked to the hunter that was looking for a Starion, which we will probably encounter later. And now we are at the door of the hag. And this is the main reason why you go to the swamp, is to talk to her. She did tell us before that she could help us with our parasite in our head. And there are a few things we need to decide. The first thing is, do we want her to help us with the parasite? In my opinion, that is not worth it. So what will happen with the parasite is that she will attempt to remove it for a price, and the price she will want up front. And the price is giving her an eye. So you give her your eye, and she turns it into a hag eye, which she will put back into the person's head. And what it does is it gives you a +1 intimidation, I believe, at the cost of a -1 to your perception. Also, you have a disadvantage when fighting hags. So there are a couple instances where you will fight hags in this game, and it's not that often, but that is something to think about. And she will not be able to remove the parasite, so in a consolation she'll give you this item that you can use one time, and it's a temporary buff to one of your stats. So that's one decision, is deciding whether you want her to try to remove the parasite or not. So the next choice you have to decide is whether you want the permanent ability buff to your character. So at the end of this whole ordeal with her, which we'll see, you can get her down to like 10% health, and then she'll bargain with you. So she will give you an item, and that item will buff you permanently with 1 ability point. So if you have 17 dexterity, you can get 18 dexterity from that. So this is one of the few times in this game that you can actually get a permanent buff to your character. So it's something that I would recommend you go through. And then the next choice we need to make is what to do with Mayrina. And Mayrina is the person that those two brothers were looking for, and they ignored our advice and they ran off and they died. So if we want the permanent stat increase, we cannot tell Mayrina that her brothers died. And there's a very fine line on how to actually get everything that you want and also save Mayrina. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go through the best possible outcome. We're going to save Mayrina, and we're going to also get the +1 bonus, the permanent bonus to our ability. So let's start off with Shadowheart. Let's walk in the door here. I'm going to encounter Mayrina and Auntie Ethel.
I don't want a crumb left on that plate, girl.
Auntie Ethel, please. One more bite and this pie is gonna come back up to say hello.
Don't make me get the wooden spoon. You're eating for 2, so get to it. If it isn't the cheekiest pup of them all, you'd best have one hells of an apology for me, young lady.
Alright, you can do, because she's a bard, you can do a bard, or you can do a cleric. You could even say I must be mistaken for someone else.
I don't think I did, dearie. And frankly, you're thick for saying so. You know, I was gonna give you a swift kick up the arse and show you the door, but I think you and I could have a bit of fun together. Gods grant me patience. Eat up, Mayrina. I won't say it again.
Alright, if we want to kill the hag and be done with her, we can tell Mayrina that we have bad news. If we want the +1 bonus, we don't want to tell Mayrina that we have bad news. But we do want to push the hag to be mad at us, and we want her to get rid of Mayrina so that we can fight. So we need to push her a little bit. So let's just say, the lady doesn't seem to be enjoying her dinner.
Keep your own little nose in your own little dish, Petal. I don't like busybodies. Besides, you have bigger problems. That wriggler swimming in your brain juice is a bit of an inconvenience, isn't it?
And now we want to say, don't change the subject. Why is that woman really here?
I told you that girl is none of your business. Keep that hole under your nose shut.
I don't like this. What's really going on here?
I'll talk about your wriggler, and that's it. Last warning.
Oh, that's weird. Kind of glitched out there. No, this woman is clearly in trouble.
You want to play the hero so badly? Fine. Let's make this interesting.
Okay, she's invisible. Let's see. We need to run in here, maybe? I think she's like right here. Wonder if we can cleave? Yeah. We missed. We're not going to be able to kill her. She's going to leave. But we definitely could do quite a bit of damage to her. Which she'll heal up. Alright, she's disappeared. And we kind of see she went back behind the fireplace. And she's getting run down these stairs. So, that's the first fight. I didn't want to burn too many spells because it's kind of pointless to attempt to kill her. So what we can do is we can go and loot up this place. There's a ton of stuff in here. There's stuff outside as well. So you can spend a lot of time in here getting everything. I'll come back for this stuff. You'll eventually come back outside anyways. So what we need to do to follow her is we need to turn off this fireplace. And then we can walk through this little hole here. And this is the hidden area. And down the stairs is where we need to go. Alright, this is the Overgrown Tunnel. Let's head down here. There's a save point here.
You are as thick as they come, sweetness. This is my personal playhouse, and you don't have an invite. Get out!
Tell me where Mayrina is.
Has that wriggler eaten your brain already? Leave. Or you'll end up in tonight's stew. You'll go nicely with Mayrina. She's already marinating. Ah.
Alright, and she just appeared again. So in here, there's a few things that we can do. You can try to talk to all these bodies and stuff. They just talk about the hag and what happened to them. A lot of these people were trying to fight her or get deals from her, and they wound up making the wrong deal, or they wound up having terrible consequences because of it.
You feel crushing waves of fear as the presence within the door recoils. It can't let people through, not again.
What happened last time you opened?
Images flash. A man cowering, a bag open at his feet. Gold coins spilling onto the floor. His cries for mercy are cut short as the hag slices into him, dismembering him painstakingly, limb by limb. She cackles, the man's remaining flesh twisted and contorted, becoming the twisted surface of the door before you. Flee, you feel it cry.
I'm not afraid of the hag.
A scene appears in your mind. 2 paladins and a cleric marching through the door, shrouded in the glow of the divine. Weapons brandished, they charge into the hag's lair. Screams of terror pierce the air.
You let them in? Naughty. That's a decade for each. You're mine for 30 more years, petal.
I mean it, let me through.
The door stays silent.
If I kill the hag, you'll be free. Yeah, let's get some bonuses. We could probably do Voice of the Circle.
You see the hag? She walks through the door, its form shimmering. The lightest touch of hope brushes your mind as the presence within retreats.
Alright, so as soon as you come to this door, it will kick off the interaction. And this guy right here, we can talk to him. You're not going to get much out of him. He is delusional at this point in time. So what we want to do is we want to give someone, probably Will, a buff. So let's give Will
I wonder what the next move is.
a scroll of protection from evil and good. And let's grab these masks. So there's several masks on the door. Only one person needs it. And they're going to be passing a wisdom check, I believe. And whenever you equip this wisdom check is going to determine whether you're mind controlled or not. So you want to do this really quick.
Hello, Petal. My, the mask suits you. Just relax. See the world with fresh eyes. And let your dear old Auntie Ethel look after you.
Now we can walk through the door. And as soon as you're through, you want to take this off. If she controls you, you won't be able to remove that, and you just start walking towards her. Alright, so yeah, make sure you have protection of evil and good on before you do that. Now, let's get Karlach. We're going to have a fight up here. Let's get everybody in stealth. What we want to do is we want to try to get as close to this vine as possible before we get discovered. Alright. Everybody is in. The dog's first. Nice. We actually have us three, who can fire off. So there's going to be 4 people in here. There's a ranger, and there's going to be some magic guys, and then some fighters. We want to take out one of them as quickly as possible. And there's the mage right there, preferably the mage. I don't know if we can actually reach her. Yeah, maybe we can hit this guy. Alright, if we can kill this guy, that'd be nice. Alright, now this is really easy because we've taken out 2 of them out of 4. Alright, so yeah, that's not too terrible of a fight. We just need to make sure that we take out one of them early on. And you can loot the masks off these people. You don't need all these masks, but they are handy in the next part. So let's loot all these up, and then the way out is across this ravine here, which is behind the waterfall. So let's head that way. We'll come back and loot the stuff later. So across this way, we have to jump through here. There we go. It's going to save as soon as we get over there. Okay, so a couple things about this. If we hover over this, we see that there's noxious fumes, but we actually can't see the gas that's here. So in order to deal with this, we need to give someone with a high perception, which is probably going to be Shadowheart, these masks. I think we need like 3. I'll just give her the like 4 of them, just in case. We need to separate, and she's going to go through and block off all the vents that she finds. So we want to find a vent, drop a mask, and we just put it on top of the vent. Not enough space. There we go. And the noxious fumes goes away. So we can see, we hover over it, there's no more noxious fumes. And we need to do that all the way down through here. Now these flowers are explosive. They create fire. So if there was noxious fumes here and you triggered one of the flowers, they would explode and all of the noxious fumes would go up in fire. So you definitely don't want to have that happen. So avoid the flowers and block off the noxious fumes and you should be good. You can just jump across the flowers too. They're pretty easy to see. Alright, and that's the last vent. The rest of it's all open, so it's fine. So see everybody down here and then we'll be good to go. Okay, let's go through here. Mayrina is up here, and the hag's gonna be somewhere over here. So let's just have everyone up here. And then we'll have Karlach walk down. Alright, so she split up, which is fine. We are able to determine which one is the real one. Whichever one takes damage and disappears. No, that's not the real one, obviously.
May the gods take you first.
So she took damage and she's still here. So this is actually the real one. We can just keep hitting her and try to get her down to a lower percentage. I'm gonna back up a little bit. What we can do while we're here, we can throw some water on this. Okay, so that's out now. Now we can just run up here and try to take down the actual hag. Click heals. We won't be able to get that far, but we'll just get up here.
No holding back.
And then we can just blast her with some points here. We need to get down to like 11 hit points or less.
Wait! Wait just a tick! Killing me is a waste of time. I'll find a way to return. Always have, always will. But it's unpleasant. So how about we be civilized about this, I have something you want.
Alright, so this is the point where you are able to make the deal with her. I'm an expert on deals, no funny business.
You wound me, sweetie. My offer will put that little pact of yours to shame. Let me leave with the girl, and I'll give you power. You want to be stronger, tougher, smarter? Done. Anything is possible. Just let me keep the girl and her babe.
If her powers were worth anything, we wouldn't have beaten her. Finish this.
It's your choice, sweetness.
Okay, now this is the point where you have to try and pass the roll. Oh, he is poisoned, isn't he? Oh. So we can do intimidation, and we have disadvantage. Get guidance too. The roll is 20. This is horrible. Let's try again. There, we got it. Okay.
You greedy little bollocks. Fine. Here. I'll not soon forget this sweetness. You have my word.
But the deal. What about my husband? What happens to him?
Deal's off, you dumb cow. And you've him to thank for it. Not that it matters. I'll find another just as plump and ripe. I can set up shop elsewhere. People always need lotions and potions.
Get out of here before I change my mind.
Oh, don't act like you won't miss me. Bye-bye, Petal.
Alright, this is the deal we get. We get to pick one stat. This is going to be Wisdom, Strength, Constitution, Dexterity, Intelligence, and Charisma. And you get an item, so it could be used on any one of your characters. But we're going to pick Dexterity for our main character. And let's talk to... Actually, let's do a quick rest. Alright, and then let's talk with Mayrina.
You bastard! You ruined it! You ruined everything!
I'm sorry, I was trying to help.
By making everything worse? Ethel was going to bring my husband back. Back from the dead. And now I'll never see him again. Because of you!
Hags don't work for free. What did you promise her?
This. Just a bit longer and my child would have been born. And all this would have been over.
You're gonna trade your baby for a dead husband?
Don't judge me. I have nothing. My baby would have been raised in rags. Auntie Ethel promised to give this child a good life. Teach them magic even. More than I could have done.
Is that what Ethel told you?
She said I'd make a bad mother. I think she was right. Now I'll have to drag Connor's coffin all the way home. It's the only way this child will ever meet their father. I hope you're happy.
Pretty much it for this part. We'll have to go outside and we'll see her outside to try to help her. We want to look for a specific item. It is a wand. Let's see. There's Staff of Crones here. We want to look for her wand, Bitter Divorce. There's quite a bit of stuff here. A lot of different things here we can look through and loot everything up. And so I'll do that and then we'll head outside. Alright, everything's looted up. Let's go through this portal. And it takes us outside, so it takes us right up to where Mayrina is. Get some inspiration for that. We need some more back. Okay, and let's talk with her now.
Gods, didn't hear you coming. I know I should head home, but I can't bring myself to leave. The thought of putting him in a wheelbarrow and making the journey all over again.
I found a wand. I think it can resurrect your husband.
What? You can?
You feel a surge of power from the wand. The air suddenly tastes acrid. It wants to be used.
Bring him back! Bring Connor back! Please!
Point the wand towards the coffin.
What? What's happening? Why is he still dead?
You feel something pull at you. The creature yearns for a master.
What have you done to him?
So the hag fulfills her promise. It can never be that simple, can it?
Oh, this isn't what she promised! I wanted him back the way he was, not this!
Alright, so the most evil thing he possibly could do in the game would be to take her husband from her with the wand. This is your husband. Do you want him or not?
Connor? Connor! I don't even know if he's in there, but he might be. And if he is, I'll find him and bring him back.
Here's the wand. Good luck to you and Connor.
Thanks. But we'll need more than luck. A bloody miracle, more like it. I'll find a wizard or something. Maybe someone in Baldur's Gate can help us. Connor always said you can find anything in that city. Remember? And thank you, I guess. Come on, love. Let's go.
Alright, so that's the completed quest.
What's done is done.
Yeah, that's the completed quest. Now she has her husband as a zombie. And that's pretty much it for this area. I have to go back and loot everything up. Alright, so if you come back into the underground area, the Overgrown Tunnel, this is where the traps are. So this is the trap area. This is where we came in, which is up here. So down here, across this ledge, there's going to be another one of these little doors. So we need to put the mask back on, which means we need to give Will the protection again. And he can put the mask on. And now it makes this shimmery. We can walk through this area. And we get to another place. Let's take the mask off again. And this is another portal. And this portal will take us to the Underdark. There's also other things we can get from in here. So we're just going to go through this portal. And this is where it takes us. This little area here. And I think we kind of saw this area. And this is where the Arcane Tower is right here. So we can walk through this rock area. We need the mask on again. We can walk through this rock area. And this is the kind of the back way. So some sylvan stones here. Other than that though, that's pretty much it. We can go back through this portal. And now we're back here. So what we want to do is head back out to the tea house area. Alright, and one thing I want to point out is all the stuff in here. If you were to kill the hag, this guy would be unfrozen. This guy would be less crazy. So all these things would come to pass, but since we didn't kill the hag, this is another consequence you have, is you're not able to talk to him. This is somebody you'd be able to meet with in Baldur's Gate. So these are kind of another consequence you have if you decide to get the +1 stat point. Alright, now we're back at the camp. I decided to do a long rest before we move on with the rest of the story. So that's pretty much it with Auntie Ethel. Just make sure you loot everything and you're good to go. And also make sure you eat that item that you chose, the stat point that you chose. So I did eat the item. And we now have, look at my character sheet, +17. I need to respec and then fix my stats, but we'll have an extra +1 dexterity. And this is the boon that you get. So eating Ethel's hairy scalp has granted you a permanent boost to dexterity. And yeah, respecing will fix what we need to fix. So let's get back. We do have the shielded debuff. So what I do now is just take a long rest.
The air is heavy. Moisture drips down your forehead. Pain shoots through your fingers.
Alright, we can blink away discomfort.
The world swims as you close, then reopen your eyes. How long have you been waiting here? A moment? A night? A 10-day?
Chukil gate vlaketh mazathok. Can you feel it crawling through you? Tendrils squirming in your chest, gripping your heart, piercing your belly. Your bones popping, your flesh swelling. I can. I see it in you. I feel it in me. We are lost. I will be quick with my blade. First you, then the others. Then myself.
Your minds intertwine. You sense a touch of uncertainty, a touch of disgust.
So there's several ways we can handle this. We do get a lot of bonuses, so it's not really that hard to pass this. I'm just going to do the medicine check. We get a bonus, we get plus wisdom. Should be pretty simple.
I cannot trust my own mind. So it seems I must trust yours. I will wait. But know this. I am watching. If the sickness does not pass come dawn, I will end us all.
I came just in time. You are transforming.
I know your voice, I've heard it before.
Yes, you have. I saved you before. And I'm here to save you again. Don't worry. You will not become a mind flayer. Not while I'm around. I'll protect you.
Take the hand offered to you?
We haven't much time, so listen closely. There is great potential within you. It comes from that parasite. Your instinct is to resist the power it gives, but you must accept it, nurture it. I will keep it from consuming you, but for the sake of both of us, You must learn to wield it. A fight for the fate of Faerun. A fight we are losing. For now. You can change that, but only if you embrace your potential. I have to go. The enemy is closing in. I will be back. You'll feel better. I promise.
So what we did is go through the cutscene that now unlocks our powers. What we need to do is open up our bag and consume this.
This one is a true soul parasite. It can enhance you. You can absorb its potential. Open your mind to it. You already know how.
Open your mind to the tadpole.
Your mind swells as it subsumes everything the tadpole has to offer. Everything it was and everything it was destined to be. Pure potential. Pure power.
Good. You have grown your power and improved your chances of survival.
Alright, so now we have these Illithid Powers, and this cutscene's unlocked after you encounter the Absolutes at the bridge on the way to the Goblin Camp. And then after you do your long rest, you get that cutscene, and now you have these powers. There's an inner row, which you can unlock each one of these, and there's an outer row. There's also a caveat to this. You can spend the time and the powers and eat all these worms and then unlock everything. However, whenever you get to a certain point in the game, some of these will automatically unlock for you. Like they will be given to you for free. And you don't get back all the ones that you've eaten. You get back some of them, but not all of them. And then eventually you'll unlock all these outer ring ones, which these are much more powerful, like game-breakingly powerful. So the one that I typically like the most is Psionic Backlash, because it is actually fairly good for melee characters. If you're a melee and you're fighting a caster, this one's very nice. And the other one that I kind of like as well is Shield of Thralls. Shield of Thralls, it gives you a temporary shield around you, and it lasts until long rest. But the shield will disappear once you've used it, so you can just pop it before a fight, and then you'll be able to have a shield on one of your characters. It's really handy for absorbing damage. And then the other one that I like the most is Luck of the Farm Realms. This is a passive that lets you change your hits into critical hits, so it's handy for any type of damage dealers. So those are kind of the three that I would focus on if you are a melee. Psionic Backlash if you're kind of tanky or you need more hit points. This is a really good one. And if you are a damage dealer, Luck of the Farm Realms is probably the better one. You do have to get the first round before you can unlock the second round. So with 2 tadpoles, you can unlock both of these. You do get quite a few tadpoles, and if it's just your main character eating these things, you're going to be able to unlock a lot of stuff. And you're going to be like just this incredibly powerful person that'd be incredibly hard to kill. So what I'm going to do is probably just do Luck of the Farms for now, because it's passive and it works well with my build. So I need to get favorable beginnings. Alright, so we unlock that one, and then we can get Luck of the Farm Realms. And those 2 are activated, and that's all I'm going to do right now. I don't really want to burn up all these. I'll probably save quite a few of those. And maybe if I get my other characters to take these things, which eventually they might take them. You just have to convince them to take them. Then we'll be able to unlock their abilities as well. and it's definitely helpful if everybody has abilities. And then when you unlock the last ones, it becomes really powerful to the point where you are really overpowered for any fight you encounter at that point. So what I'm going to do now is wrap up this episode. We did do quite a bit. We stopped the hag and we saved Mayrina, and we unlocked our Illithid Powers, which will be really powerful for us later on. And that's going to be it for this episode. I thank you for watching. I thank you for all your support, and I'll see you in the next one. Goodbye.